Hey everyone, I hope you guys are doing great. So, today I want to talk about mundane tasks. Those tasks that everyone hates to do, or a lot of people hate to do, they just don't see any value in doing those, or just because there's value to them, but they just hate doing them. Okay, so they either postpone doing them and never get to them, or when they work on them, they do a mediocre job, right? It's incomplete and it serves little to no purpose at that point because it wasn't done the way it was expected to be done. So there's ways that you can shift the mentality around. This is negative. There serves no purpose. Okay, because sometimes we're thinking about how it affects us and only us, and we can't see the bigger picture because maybe we've never done the exercise of going after the bigger picture, trying to understand the bigger picture because we don't care about it. If you do care about understanding how that mundane task is important, then I'm going to show you, I'm going to share with you guys some things you can do to start shifting that negative mentality to a mentality of collaboration and team and empathy. So here's something you can do. I have a board right here in the back. I'm going to be sharing with you guys and we're going to go over it. Okay? So here we go. So this is you right here saying, why do I have to do this? I just hate it. It aggravates me. It's just no good. So you want to know how doing this, your contribution in doing this is important. Right now you see nothing out of it. It's just taking up your time and you just hate it. If you can't see how this is important, write it down. Okay? And we're going to go through a series of questions that you can do and exercises so that maybe this starts making more sense. I just want you to know that you are an important piece of the puzzle. So if this is necessary, then the puzzle is incomplete without you doing this, right? Everyone around you is expecting you to do this well, so the puzzle is complete. So let's start with you. The focus here is you. List why, just create a list of why you dislike having to do this so much. Just write a list. Let's start with all those negative things that you have cooped up. Write it down. Remember, this is for you, so nobody's seeing it. So just write it down. Why you dislike it. Put it down on a piece of paper. Okay? You've done this already. Now, let's create another list. Let's create a list of why, by you doing this task, you're benefiting, right? You're adding value to the company you work for. Write down, who are you supporting by doing this? Is it the next department? Is it a specific area? How many team members? Your internal, your external clients? Who is it? Who are you supporting by doing this? Now, what happens if you don't do it? Who gets affected? Or if you do it poorly, who gets affected? Again, your co-worker, a teammate, a department, an area, an internal client, an external client. What is it? Potentially the company, right? Depending on what you're doing, you could have fines. Hey, a lot of things could happen. Now, I want you to list scenarios where having this information is important. Okay? List those scenarios out. And now take the same scenarios you just listed out and write down what would happen, what would be the outcome of not having the information for those same scenarios. Now that you've done this, I want you to now evaluate everything you just wrote and think about how you're contributing to the growth of the company and the colleagues, your teammates, by doing this task which you considered before you did this exercise to be mundane. And then on the same note, how are you hurting the company and your colleagues and everything else by not doing it? Okay. Hopefully by doing this exercise, you can spin the way you look at this particular task, right? And any future task you consider mundane, because now you have a tool which you can use to evaluate the mundane task and how important you are to the growth of the company and to the health of the business, okay? And to create empathy around everyone else who you're supporting. So remember, there's value to everything you do. You're an important piece of the puzzle. Anyway, bye.